Good morning, everybody from Charlevoix, Quebec. I'm out. I have a little bit of free time before my courses today, and so I wanted to get out and not only record the video, but get some exercise, get some steps in, get some sunshine. Look at the weather. Look at the weather that we're having here. Absolutely beautiful, and the fall colors are just starting to appear here in Quebec. And we are in the middle of September, so September and October, the end of September, the beginning of October, end of October, are just going to be spectacular colors out here, which has me thinking about something later. But I do have some cruise news stories to talk about today. We have a storm that's chasing a whole bunch of ships out of Alaska. We have a person who tried to do a stunt on Celebrity Cruise Line and didn't quite work out the way she had it planned. We have Celebrity's new XL cruise ship has done completed its sea trials. We'll see how they fared. And we also have a cruise line that had a second outbreak of some kind of gastronomical outbreak. And they're doing something I have never heard of other cruise lines doing. So first off, let's talk about a storm that's brewing up in Alaska and affecting places like Whittier, Anchorage, up into the glaciers. It's affecting Skagway, Juneau. And so there are a total right now of 6 ships because it's due to hit on the 17th. And it is expected to be, heavy rains, heavy squalls, etc. And so they are changing course. We have 4 princess ships that are affected. We have 1 Holland America, and we have the Viking Orion is even up there right now, and she's affected as well. So they are avoiding those areas altogether, changing their itineraries, and I have no sunlight here, so I have to move because I'm noticing this looks a little dark. So let's get out here into some sun. All right. So yeah, the storm is affecting quite a few ships up in Alaska. If you have some sailings going on right now, you might notice your itinerary is changing. Whether, they're going to keep us safe. You do not hear too often of storms affecting Alaskan cruises because you have the inside passage. It's usually fairly calm waters. And most of the time I go there, it is very calm. But they're not taking any chances with the ships or the crew or the passengers, and they're just going to avoid the area for a couple of days. Next, let's talk about Celebrity XL. The Celebrity XL has passed her sea trials, which means in November, she should be ready to go and bring on new passengers. Remember, that one's going to have co-cruise directors on board. They are going to have, the new captain on board, Captain Kirk. And I just saw a little video with him on here. He's a pretty darn good guitarist, and I imagine he's known for playing guitar to other people on the ship and guests and coming up on stage. Looks like a very fun captain to sail with. So that looks like a very exciting ship launch coming up in November. But one passenger who was recently on Celebrity, they have what's called a shimmer party on Celebrity, and some of the ships have installed this pole where they have some of their dance crew members and stuff like that and their staff out and doing some numbers and dancing around the pole during their shimmer party. Well, one cruise guest got on board and thought, hey, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to do a stunt on that pole. And it didn't quite turn out the way she hoped. It's called a shoulder mount, and she fell to the ground and kind of looked a little embarrassed, but has posted it on social media and is kind of laughing about it now, along with thousands upon thousands of people who have seen it now on Instagram and stuff like that. But right away, some people were commenting on her on what kind of profession she had, and they were wrong. I know the first thought of people when they see this video is, I know what she does for a living. No, no, she's an actual circus performer. She actually does this for a living. The problem is that it's not a prepped stage, it's not a thing, it's out in the open, so it had moisture, sweat, condensation, and made basically her hands, etc. It might have had sunscreen as well. Also just made it super slippery, and bam, down she went on her head. So just goes to show you, sometimes even professionals have a hard time. Next, we also have the Silver Dawn from Silver Sea Cruise Line. One Silver Sea ship I reported out last week had a gastronomical outbreak, and guess what? Now the Silver Dawn does this week as well, and it's sailing from the same port. Coincidence? This seems to be a link here, right? Now, they have set sail already. They set sail a couple days ago. No report if there was more outbreak on board, but they did a deep cleaning and introduced new cleaning stringent stuff on board. However, one thing this cruise line has done that other cruise lines haven't is that they went and said, well, look, if you're feeling ill and have stomach problems before you set sail, up to 3 days before you set sail, please, if call the cruise line or just talk to the people at the port saying, look, I don't feel too good in my stomach, it's queasy, etc. And they will reschedule them on a future sailing. And they do not have to pay the penalty. Normally, that close to a cruise, you're at 100% penalty if you don't show up, right? You lose your entire cruise and your entire money. And they're offering them to just, nope, because of these circumstances, you can just switch your cruise. No questions asked, in fact. So, yeah, something you don't see very often, even from a luxury line like Silver Sea. So I'm kind of glad to see that. And I would love to see more cruise lines adopt that policy. However, you would see a lot of people take advantage of it, right? If they didn't have to show proof or anything like that, they could, I'm just not feeling well, because they can't make the cruise and they just want their money. So it's hard to implement that, but Silver Seas has, because of the outbreak on board, gone and said, we will do this and you don't have to pay that penalty, and good on them. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think? Have you seen big storms in Alaska? Of course they have big storms, but normally the cruises are pretty good. And are you glad to see a cruise line saying, you know what? If people are sick 3 days before, just don't show up and we will give you your money back. I really think that's a good idea. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.